Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's a Wednesday afternoon, well early evening actually, as I'm getting around to doing this, and I have the Knights Templar Tarot on the tarot table, because for those of you who are not aware, the Heart of Invictus documentary is ready to stream on Netflix. The trailer has been released. I suffered through it, and no disrespect to the servicemen and women who are participating or did participate in the documentary, but it was quite galling to see Harry every few seconds making a speech in that voice that I find intensely irritating now. And but I did watch it to see how it looked, what the vibe of it was, and most importantly, whether the claw, the wife, would be there. No sign of her. I did see a while back that they were doing their best to remove her from the documentary, and no sign of her, no trace of her. She might show up briefly in the actual thing, but it really seems to be focused on these people's journeys with a lot of Harry. A lot of Harry. So I want to know whether this documentary, it's streaming on the 30th of August for those of you who are interested, but I want to know if this documentary is going to rehab Prince Harry's reputation as the go-to royal when it comes to anything to do with the armed forces. And he of course was so popular. There was the one hero, Harry. He had served, he was a veteran. And now of course all his patronages have been taken away and he has quite a tarnished reputation. Is this going to turn things around for him? So I want to know, little 5-card reading to warm things up today. How well is this going to do for Netflix? How are people going to perceive Harry? Is it going to go down well with the public? I want to know hidden energy in this reading. Is he a liability to Invictus at the stage? Are they thinking about getting rid of him, or is he still useful to them as a figurehead? He is very much a figurehead in this documentary. It really is all about Harry. From the few seconds that I saw of the trailer. I did watch the whole trailer, more than just a few seconds, but it's very much him. And then is this going to rehab his reputation? So that's what we want to know. Little 5-card reading, as I say, with the Knights Templar Tarot, and I think they are ready to speak. And file these in quickly. Remind you, it's just tarot for fun and entertainment. And it's all my opinion, no speculation. I read energy for archetypal energy, and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what these cards want to tell us. Feeling a bit weird today, I have to say. It's the full new moon, I think. Strange energy. I think generally life on this planet at the moment is strange. I don't know how you're feeling. Let me know. But I'm feeling quite spaced out at this point. It's either a very good thing for a tarot reading or not so good thing. We'll see. What do we have as our underlying? We've got a partnership that's breaking up as our underlying energy. Here we go, 2 of Wands, but it's come out in reverse. This is a partnership that is ending at some stage, or is not as successful, as creative, as dynamic and inspirational as they would have hoped when they set out on this journey together. So that's interesting. That's our underlying energy. That is Harry. I don't think it's Harry and Netflix. I think it's Harry and the Invictus Games that are in a spot of bother with that card. Netflix obviously got the documentary that they want. So let's have a look at the situation, the overall story that we're dealing with. Justice in reverse. That is, well, it's divorce energy, Justice card in reverse. There's something going on behind the scenes here. Separation, whether it's a separation from Harry and the Invictus Games, or from Harry and Netflix, the Parkles separating, and maybe Meghan gets Netflix and Harry gets something else, Polo, I don't know. But there is something strange going on here with the Justice card in reverse, that all is not as it seems. There could be quite a lot of drama going on in the background about honouring contracts, because it's legal proceedings. Justice card is more than just a sense of injustice. We've got the Invictus Games, but we've got injustice. as the heart of this. There could be a feeling of people being exploited. There were murmurings along those lines that the people, the veterans who were involved in the documentary, or just generally in Invictus, felt that this was unfair, this was exploitation. So I'm going with the exploitation energy as a primary energy of this, but I'm also getting that there is some separation, some discord in the background, whether it's with Netflix or whether it's with Invictus Games. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to hopefully find out in this reading. Because first thing I want to know here is, how well is this going to do for Netflix? I've asked previously and it looked like it would do reasonably well. How's it going to go? Yeah, it's going to be quite successful, Knight of Cups. People are going to engage with it emotionally. It's going to move them with the Knight of Cups. So it is going to touch hearts. They are going to feel, there's probably going to be emotional scenes, very emotional scenes, lots of tears, lots of that kind of stuff. So a bit of a tearjerker, I would say, with the Knight of Cups. So Netflix is going to get some response from its audience, its streaming audience with this documentary. It's not going to be a dud from that point of view. I'm not getting money. I'm not getting millions of new subscribers. I'm not getting smash hit. But it is going to connect with people. It's obviously been very well produced, very well edited. They've got tons of money. They've obviously thrown tons of money at it. You could see from the production values and the trailer. How's Harry going to be perceived by the general Netflix viewer? How's he? Ten of Swords in reverse. Now this is troublesome for him, because it's a card of ruin and defeat and failure. Has he lost the viewing public completely? That card tells me it's possible. Because it's in reverse, it's someone who's trying their level best to recover their popularity. And really the heart of this reading is that question. Is Harry going to be able to turn things around? Either ruin upon ruin, that people are going to look at this and just think you absolute, and to fill in your swear word of choice. Or they're going to be looking at him and thinking, here you are scrambling to turn things around, but they're going to see it. They're not going to be hoodwinked by this. He's got his work cut out. Let's see how Invictus feels about Harry right now. Is he a liability? Are they getting ready to toss him? Or is he still required as a figurehead? Is he a popular figure at Invictus? What is going on? They still need him. They feel that they still need him. He's all they've got, basically. So they're going to hang on to this feckless prince for as long as they can, because it's what gives them brand recognition, it gives them importance, it gives them the royal connection, the lion there in the strength card. They need it. They need him. He's on very safe ground with him, despite everything, despite this Ten of Swords that the viewing public is looking at and thinking, can't stand the guy. The participants and the Invictus people themselves, not the organizers, that's the organizers, the general people involved might be looking at thinking, we're being exploited, this is all about him and his ego and his needs, and it's not fair. But Invictus, the organizers of the charity or the organization, whatever it is, officially its status, they need him. They need the royal connection. This is what gives them strength, credibility, clout, influence, whatever that strength card means. So he's safe from that point of view. This is going to turn his reputation around. We can see from that Ten of Swords in reverse how bad his reputation currently is. I honestly was quite shocked when I saw that card. And is it going to shore it up? Is he going to become popular again as a result of this? Or is it beyond redemption? Wow. Eight of Wands in reverse. That to me tells me, well, he's in trouble. He's in very serious trouble. Eight of Wands is communication, is PR, very positive communication, positive news stories when it's upright, unblocking, sending out the message that you want to send out. In the reverse, this is very bad news for him. The message isn't received. It doesn't get to the people you want it to get to. It's blocked, it's stopped somehow. Communication fails, the PR initiative fails. And I think this is what this Two of Wands is actually about then. This underlying energy of this card, that the passion, the connection that he had with the public is lost. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to reconnect. Not with this initiative anyway. He's off to save Africa next by all accounts. And the wildlife documentary or whatever he's doing now changes from one day to the next. But this Two of Wands is in reverse is interesting. Netflix has got what they want out of him. They've got their Knight of Cups, but it could be over for Netflix as well afterwards. We don't need you anymore. Because it doesn't tell me it's wildly popular. It just tells me it's going to be a bit of a tearjerker. People are going to relate to it emotionally. Then the whole deal could be over. Two of Wands in reverse. The creative partnership with Netflix over. Public are going to perceive him as a lost cause. Ten of Swords in reverse. Ruined, defeated, hopeless, beyond redemption. Even though the card is in the reverse, some attempt on his part to redeem himself, but it's going to fail. So public falling out of love with him, public disconnecting. The only good news from Harry's point of view is that he's still got the Invictus Games there for as long as that goes on. Be quite interesting to see what their long-term prognosis is as a partnership, especially with that card in reverse, that it could still be all over. Ultimately, Harry's in trouble. Harry's in trouble with this. His reputation isn't going to be turned around. Eight of Wands in reverse. The message isn't going to be received well. It could just be ignored. That actually, from Netflix's point of view as well, not that many people bother to watch with the Eight of Wands in reverse. They might turn off in droves, actually, cancel subscriptions, that kind of thing. A lot of people were saying they won't watch the trailer. They're putting dislikes under it because they don't like hearing Harry's voice. That's problematic. And it's rather foolish of the Invictus Games, in my opinion, to carry on thinking that he's the only thing between them and no longer having a foundation for veterans. Very interesting. But that's your reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.